All right, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully we've got all the issues resolved from yesterday, and the Fortress will still rotate. I just wanted to send a shout out to Nuggy the Bear, who commented that my audio was really bad yesterday, and I went and listened, and he is absolutely right. It was terrible. So I've reset a bunch of the settings, and hopefully that's fixed it, and I've hooked up an external mic as well, so hopefully that will improve the quality. I'm new to this, so every little bit of advice or feedback helps a lot. So, all right, so I loaded up with a few extra supplies. I've got a little bit more silk and some torches because we're going to need it for the balloons. And I think we're ready to head over. I'll do a quick test and make sure that the rotation is still working. I did test it again yesterday just to make sure it still did work, and it does. So I'll just do a quick test to make sure it's rotating, and then we'll start on the actual build for the walls. All right, of course it's going to be night when I get there, so we'll sleep through the night. All right, I'll come in slow. And it's looking good. All right, let's load up some supplies here while I'm there. I still got some silk and torches. Oh, sorry, I need some blast powder. I'll take that wrench because I'll probably need that. I may need that. I've got all the rockets on there, so unless I have to break one, it should be okay. Let's grab primarily sandstone today. I'll grab some wooden rods, grab a few planks, some wood, a couple plastoids. Yeah. I like to have more just in case. You never know when you're going to need extra. I might as well grab the last sandstone. Might have to grab some more sandstone as well, but it's just down below in the village below, so that's not so bad. Give me one quick second here. All right. Okay, let's go test that rotation and make sure it is still working. I'm not going to rotate very far. I've got all these beams in place just to keep it from flying away. I'm a little concerned that the amount of weight I have is going to cause issues, or the amount of balloons at least I've got compared to the weight. All right, so just with the wheels alone, some slight rotation, but it doesn't work. Fire up the rockets. Oh, look at that, it's moving. Okay, let's go back. Oh yeah, so rotation is still working, primarily with the rockets, not with the wheels. So that's good news. Everything is still rotating. And it's not levitating off, which is also really nice to see. Okay. All right, so it's just a matter of placing down walls. Okay, I made some sketch notes here, so just give me 1 second while I take a look at them, because I kind of want to have it's somewhat similar to what I had before. I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel. And okay, so I think I'm gonna, let's filter out first to, because it's primarily gonna be all Moss Isley. So we'll filter out to Moss Isley. And let's go take a look at some of our wall sections. I think I'm gonna pin in some corner posts first, which is these ones here. Yeah, these ones here, and I think based on what I had before, I think I'll be placing those Most of the corners will be these because I kind of wanted to give it a rounder look still. And by having these in place, it will allow me to give it a better round look than just having square corners for most of them. So that's my intent, is to at least try and do that. And where do I want it? I think it's going to be a bunch of pieces going around and around until I get it where I want, and then we'll just start filling stuff in afterwards. So let's try this. The more fixed items in place where I want them, then I can have more variability with all of the filler stuff, just to make it look unique on each side rather than having it look too consistent. I'll leave these ones because I might put some variable corners that work well that look all right in those spots. But I'll put these ones in first all the way around, and then we'll start building the main sections. Lagged out. I'll get these in, and then I'll work on the main 4 quadrants, the main bays, kind of on them, because those will have. My intention is to have those each very unique looking, so they look kind of cool but different from one to the other. So it kind of will make it. It'll make it so when you look at it, you can tell which side is which based on how I built it up. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean once I get there. And I got to do a little bit at a time, and after I've done a little bit, I will go down and add some balloons, and we'll do some testing again, just to make sure it still turns. It's going to be this balance of weight versus lift. All right, that's all the way around with those. All right. Now, which side do I want to start with? Let's start. Maybe I'll start with the side that I'll save the side. This side here is my corner post. It's got the piece that's holding everything up in the air. So I think I'll start with that one actually last. I think I will go to this far side, and we'll start over here. All right, I got to remove this. This is what's keeping it from flying away. All right, let's find some doors or some arches so it's wide open. Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, I think I'll try this one. Now I got to find the center here. So this is 16 wide, so if I put it here, that should be the 16. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes again, kind of figuring out what I'd had in place. All right, let's slap the other one on the other side. And on this side, let me go with, oh yeah, what do I need for this? Glass. I do have some glass down here. Wherever my bed is at. There we go. really like the look of this. Now I gotta find, I'm going to temporarily break one of these pieces. That'll allow me to find the center line. Fill that back in and we'll stick one on the other side. I just want to make sure that the spacing is correct. Nothing worse than having it not spaced out correctly. So that's a 16, 18, 19, 22 on that side. Yeah, so it needs to go one more over just because there's a conflict in the middle there. Actually, let me check that. I think that'll be the same on each side now. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, so that's equally placed on both sides there. Let's stick in some windows as well. I really like some of the windows they have in this one. Like that one is pretty cool. So let's why is something in the way? Oh, that's why, because it's interior versus exterior. So it's 20. Let's go with a 12 and an 8 then. And let's go sleep through the night. There's another corner piece that I like. I think it might be, yeah, that one there. Try that one in here and on the other side. And let's get some regular walls. What do we have? Needs to be bigger than that. Just trying to find ones I like. What about windows? Yeah, let's stick one of these in there. It's all right. Interiors, exteriors, what do I want to fill in over there? I'm going to use... Durasteel. Of course I didn't bring Durasteel. Alright, bear with me. I really like those turrets. I want to have those turrets in there. So I gotta go grab some Durasteel. I don't think I have that much Durasteel. I might have to manufacture some more. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't think I have any Durasteel. Look at that. All right. Let's crank some out. I swore I would have had some before. Let me just take a look over here. In case I put it in the wrong spot. I guess not. Alright, we might as well grab some more sandstone while I'm over here as well. Plastoid I have quite a bit of. Alright, while they're doing that, I'll go get all my resources from my villagers. I don't know why they get stuck in this wall all the time. I think the tomato's in there as well. Oh, Turk is in there. Look at, they're all in there. Oh, don't need hayseed. He takes care of the animals. Where's Tomato Head? I don't know why they like this one spot. They get stuck in here all the time. Sometimes it just looks... oh, there he is. Sometimes it looks just unreal. Like a crazy Indian multi-armed god of some sort. They're all stuck in there. Alright. See if I can get him out. There's Peely. Alright, that will get me my little bit of extra silk. So just dump off all my sandstone. Alright, that should be... no, we'll wait until we get all 40. I don't want to have to come back again if I don't need to. Bear with me, I gotta go to my settings for a second here and... there we go. While I'm here, I might as well give you a bit of a tour around as we kill the time. So this is my main central base. everything up top is pretty much for decoration. I've had to gut it because of my build limit being so close to the edge. I've kind of got everything cordoned off, is all my wood and materials over in that corner. I've got all my stone and my metals over in this corner with gems kind of in the middle. All of my food is over here, and then everything kind of specialty is on this side. So it's got all my claws, my shells, everything like that. My workbenches, and then of course I've got all of my hard-earned fish collection. Where's that raven fish? That's that one right there. That's the monster. That took forever to get, the thermal raven fish. I think I've actually got another one now, just by coincidence while fishing for something else. I managed to get it. All of the buildings are gutted with the exception of the one building here, which is kind of like the throne room. I've left this alone. It does have what would have been my bedroom, but it's so inconvenient being up here, so I never use that one. It's got my set of llama statues, of course. And then on each side, I've got all my main trophies for all of the different beasts here. And then, of course, there's my expeditions trophy up on the top. Everything else is cleaned out, with the exception of this one. The town square is actually inside of there. I didn't really want it in the middle of my base, so I hid it away. All right, that's the total of the Durasteel, so let's head back. All right, now we can build this in here. All right, let's get it so it's somewhat even. Yeah, I don't know, I really like the look of that piece there. It's just got that cool cool turret look to it. All right, what do we got for windows? Let's put in some smaller. That's an 8. What about there? Put one on each side. Another object is in the way. Oh, that's because it's got sticking out on the front. Let's pick a different window. Actually, let's just sleep through the night first. And it looks like I'm going to need some sand too, which is easy enough to get because it's just down below. I'll just dump off this wool. I should have dumped that off earlier. I don't need that. Yeah, I prefer to put the, well, that's an interior wall. Let's get an exterior wall if I can. I'd prefer to put the window there, but I don't want to use any more pieces than I have to. What does it look like here? Yeah, it looks all right. That one's not going to work for sure. All right. What I want on the inside, well, I think I'll put in a couple small, I think I'm going to use one of those turrets again, but I'm going to use a small window first. Something like that. What is the spacing? 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 10 there. So I kind of want something almost right to the corner, actually. So let's put that in. Let's try one of those turrets again. Come on. Stick that. I'm just kind of filling pieces in at this point just to try and make it look half decent. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. So I'm going to try and make it a little bit symmetrical on both sides, but at the same time it doesn't have to look identical from place to place. Let's add another one of these other ones here. Okay, that's kind of, each side I want symmetrical for that one section. So like on the opposite side here, I'll do essentially the same thing. So I'll just take a quick look and see what I've done. And I think I have the 8 wall here. Put that one in. All right, at an angle, that window, all right. Angle centered. Stick something a little different in there. I think I'll stick that. That'll give it a bit more of a rounder look from the outside. Do the same thing on this side here. All right. I'll finish up this outside and then we'll move to the next. Actually, then I think I'll put some balloons underneath because I'm a little concerned that the weight is already going to be getting a little heavier than I would like. All right. Yeah, that'll be all right. Maybe this one. Let's just stick a... Okay, that's pretty much that side done. Now I'll put an anchor on it so it doesn't fly away. And then we'll stick some more balloons underneath. Got to be really careful there. If I snap that to the build, it's going to pop all my tires and all of my stuff off of it. And that would be a disaster at this point. All right, let's just fly over and see what that looks like. It'll look much better once I get a roof stuck on it as well. That really adds a lot of character, but this will start to give it a feel. Let's get up high. Yeah, that's looking good, huh? Starting to give some shape to it. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, let's go add a few balloons underneath because I know that that's added a ton of weight. It's a little dark. Probably need to wait until I can sleep through the night. All right. Of course, I didn't bring the balloon stuff, just some cords. drop off a bit of sandstone. Grab the cords. Alright, so tires are hard to see. I'm trying to see if they're sticking down. They're not too bad in there. Okay, let's just add a few balloons. The trick is to add just a few at a time. If I add too many, it starts to float away. And then I have to go destroy a bunch again, so I don't want to do that. So we'll just go a little bit at a time. We'll see how it is. I'll do a quick test and see if it still rotates. It lagged out. Saw some movement there. All right, that's a few balloons. Let's go to the other side and check and see about rotation. Still rotating, that's good. Double check that it didn't lift off. No, it looks like it's still where it's supposed to be. Okay, good news. Good news. Okay, what do I want to do with this side? Let me take a look at my notes really quick here and see what I had for ideas previously. All right, let me grab that. Get rid of the pickaxe so I don't accidentally pickaxe anything. Actually, I think I do need to pickaxe something just to find where the center line is again. Go back. Well, I've got that open. I want to take a look at something. I kind of had an idea yesterday on how I might be able to help the rotation, but I don't really want to mess around while it's still working. So I think I'll leave it alone for the moment. All right. Let's filter out again to the Mos Eisley. And I'm going to go with this piece again. This time I'm going to do a double arch though. Yeah, like that. And then what do we have for some filler walls? Slap that in there. Maybe I still want to try and make sure I do it in such a way I don't use too many extra pieces if I don't have to, but yeah, let's put those there. What other walls do I have here? Sorry, this becomes kind of where I want to be more creative and what I want to do to have it still look all right. But at the same time have it look unique. I'll leave that side for right now. What do I want to do with the other side? I think maybe, because I'm thinking I want to, there's this really huge, crazy looking roof piece that I really like. This one, that one is outstanding. I think I want to use that on the roof. So be a little extra wide here. Let's go with these. Yeah, this will actually push it out more. I'm kind of going to guess where the edge is going to be. Do some measurements. So that's 17. Okay, I went one too far that way. So we'll move it one more this way, and then we'll move this one over. Yeah, just about like that. And then plug that in. What's that? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Where's my corners? Slap that in. Yeah, I like these really large, wide type openings, especially on here. It looked really cool. I don't know if I still have that picture saved or not. Let me just see. Well, that one's kind of closed off, but you can see like on the far side, I've got some really wide openings that I really like the way they looked. Oh, sorry, my broadcast paused while I'm in there. I can't show you in the media gallery, sorry. PlayStation does that, fortunately. A learning lesson for me. All right, so let's expand off that. I'll go into this side. Let me put in some walls here. Let's stick this one in the middle here. Stick it 8. Actually, put that on this side. What do I have as the 6 wide wall? Probably nothing, which means I've got to do 2 pieces. Well, if I've got to do 2, let's do it a little bit different then. We'll put this more centered then. Take that one, stick it up there. I really like this set. It's got so many complementary, unique pieces to it that really looks quite awesome. Okay, this one is, sorry, just trying to get a view of what it looks like from the outside. All the challenges you have with doing expert mode where you can't just fly out there and see. I think it's just going to be a normal plane. Corner I'm going to stick in there, or 2x2. Get that. Not the opposite one for that one, no. That one. I've done something wrong. What have I done wrong? That's what I've done wrong, something there. Okay, let's slap that one in because that's correct. What did I do here? Something is not right. Oh, I see what's not right. Okay, hold on. That one. That's the one. Duck. Get rid of those 2. I put this in the wrong spot. I guess I should break that top piece first too. And something is still not right. What is it? I'm not right. Oh, I have a fear I'm going to break the wrong thing. Yep, of course. All right. Okay. 3rd time's a charm. We'll get it eventually sorted out how I wanted it. got enough on there. Let me put this. We'll put the locker in place to make sure I don't have it float away on me. Right. Okay, that'll keep it safe so it doesn't float away, especially when I start to add more balloons to it here shortly. All right, and what do I want to do on the insides now? Right, I already stuck, yeah, these cool orange pieces in there. I really like those. Those aren't too bad. And then filter out again, Moss Isley. Let's get some windows in here, I think. Stick that one. Let's use this corner piece again. So I gotta get an angle where I can see where. Nope, of course not the right spot. Yep, that's it. What is that? That's a 6. I don't like a 6 because there is no 6 piece. I'll have to do some adjustments here. What can I put in there? Some sort of a... let's use this window here. No, that's an 8. It's going to be too big. I guess if I move everything over 1, I can do that. I can do this window. This window. No, not that window. This funky wall. I like this one because it's got this texture. Man, I'm a big fan of all those weird textures and everything that they slap on there. Now let's slap the round window into the corner. And then I can just fill in with probably something fairly plain. If I stick... I need a 4 and a 4. Does that look all right from the outside? Yeah, that'll probably be okay. Now if I let this piece go in there. I don't need to go that far. That's going to look really weird on the outside. I kind of need it to be there. So let's not put that in there. Let's stick that, and then I don't like that either because it's gonna be won't be clean on the inside. What if I put in a smaller one? Put in this curvy thing. It's lagged out. Okay, I'm gonna do something temporary. Let me go get some daylight again. Okay, just temporarily we'll put in a piece here. Stick that in. Then we can remove that one. Oh yeah, that'll look all right. I like that idea. And we'll stick another one like this. And let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. It looks like a cool little window with that curved piece in the middle. I do like that. Okay, I think that's what we'll stick with over here as well then. That's a temporary piece. Not that one, that one. That one, this funky wall. So I had, and then I had the other weird square window. Yeah, that's what I had. That one there. Okay, so that's... Here, let me slap on... Since those are interior arches, they're down a little bit lower, so I have to slap an extra piece. Another reason why I always run into the build limit is just all these little extra pieces you have just to fill things in. And what do I need now? 16, 17, 19, 20. All right, use a 12 and an 8. Oh yeah, I like that. Although I think I'm going to fall out there a few times. So what if we... I don't know if I got the materials for it, but let's take a look. There is this railing, I think it's from the... Yeah, this one here. That quite nicely complements this set, even though it's not intended for it. Yeah, I think I can... stick a couple of those on, and then I set that one out so far that I don't know if I can fit another railing on there. Maybe I gotta add an extension or move those in just a touch. Yeah, I think that's what I think I'll do that. I'll move this. What did I put there? I put that arch. If I move it in, I can still move it in. Yeah, let's do that. Look. Let's put a railing in here. Then let's get that arch from here. That one, I think. Yeah, that'll still work. Yeah, that'll let me have the railing and still have that cool archway there. So of course 16, 17, 18, 20. That's not going to be good. I want symmetry to it, so let's bust that one, bust that one. If we do 12s along each side. Again, not what I want. What if we go with a 12? What about 8s? Or no, same issue. Sorry, just thinking through my math here, what would be a better solution? Oh, that's an 8, then I can do the 12 in here, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Symmetry, I love my symmetry. Alright, that doesn't look too bad, I like that. Or do I want to have the 8s on the outside? I think I do. I think I want to go like this. I think I want to stick the other 12 and then stick the 8. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Alright, and that should allow me to still put in the big roof that I want with those sticking out. Okay, so where am I at now? I am... Interior is only partially done. Exterior, partially done. Okay, so what do I want to get plugged into the next spots on the exterior? I've got those in. I want to have... I think I'll just flow in more windows. Lots of windows everywhere. They add lots of detail. Yeah, if I put in that window, get this corner piece in. Stick in that window. Put that same corner piece in there again. Yeah, that's all right. Let's just stick a funky piece there, and then that should be all done on that side. Let's get the other side. Okay, so the exterior is done up to the center. What do I want to do on the interior? I think I will go with more windows, of course, because I like my windows. But let's change it up a little bit. What have I got here? I've got that funky pattern looking thing. I like that. There's a window I haven't used yet that I do like, which is that one there. I like that one as well. So let's stick that one in here. I think I'm going to stick it, how do I want it? Stick it like that, then, come on, lagged out, yeah. Then I can stick in another one of those little weird pieces. Oh yeah, look at that. That gives some inside details as well, so it's not so boring looking. What about this piece here? What can I do with that? No, let's get a corner in first and see. It's not going to stick out too much if I stick it this way. I think it'll work all right. First, come back when I can see what I'm doing. What can I stick in there? Probably just a window, because what will I put in the corner? How does this fit in? Does it stick out too much? I think it will. Yeah, that'll stick out too far. That'll look bizarre. You know what I could do though? I'm gonna do this. Let's take this piece, still use it, but move it back into, take this one, move it back in, that'll give it like a weird staggered look on the outside, although maybe I want to move it back into, let's move it back in a second step. Gives me like a staggered look. Yeah, I like that. A little extra contour to it, and if I do that, now I can use this piece as well. Oh, but that does put me in with a 6 in the middle, which I hate the 6s. All right, probably not going to work. Let's stick a different window in there and see what I can fill in with. That will leave a gap that I don't want. Oh, but that might work. I'm not too worried what it looks like on the inside. This is definitely more of an aesthetic for the outside of it. So from the outside, oh, I like that. Look how much detail that gives it. The corners, these little protrusion things here, that recess back in. Oh, I love all the little angles. Yeah, that's it. I like that. Oh, now I'm going to have to get back up there. Okay, so same thing on this side. We will recess this one back. Let's go to my recents menu. It's easier. Use this thing. that, didn't I? With this window. I think I gotta go take a look again now. I gotta see what I did. Oh yeah, because I had that ring wall. Yeah, okay. And that with this. Interior wall or corner. That's right. This one's always hard to line up. Somehow that doesn't seem right though. And I think that's because this needs to go here. So I did. Yeah, I did leave that hard corner. Although I think I'm going to patch that here in a second. I don't like hard corners where possible. I can't remember what I did there either. I'm going to lose my mind doing this. Oh, I put in that other funky piece instead. Okay, we can fix that, but I'll jump down. I'll put in some soft corner on that first. Yeah, there is a hard corner there. I don't care for that either, but okay, so I should be able to fix this one. Yeah, like look at that. It looks so much nicer just having that soft corner in there. Same there. And I just put in this one here instead, I think. That doesn't seem right. No, I can't get through. Go take one more look and then go jump pad back up. Okay, so 3 round corners. I've just got a small piece in there, yeah. Okay. Close enough. It might not be identical, but that's going to work for now. Okay, so that is 2 sides done now. Let me go put some balloons underneath here. I'll start from over here. Oh no, I do have a gaps. Maybe I got to close these gaps in here. Then it'll be complete. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, huh? Alright, what do I put? Of course, I'm going to put a window of some sort. I don't want to be too many of the same. Okay, I haven't got a round window over here yet, so let's stick a round window in here. And what can we stick into that spot? What does a round thing look like? Yeah. I left those, I think I'm going to leave those intentionally open like that. I'm going to stick something in here to give, because I'm going to want to have light afterwards. And when I did my prototype, I just stuck some lights, floor-mounted lights in here, covered up that little hole, but it also left these like they're slit windows, which actually looked quite cool. So I think I'll just leave that the same. Let's go to the other side here, and I'll replicate what I just did, so we have the symmetry that I'm looking for. Or actually, I already closed that in with... Oh, I did the same thing. Look at that. I think the same all on my own without even realizing it. Okay, so that is a complete side done. Let's go back and put the balloons underneath. Or sorry, it's this side. Okay, everything is done. Start losing my mind here. Okay, so let's start down here and make sure we've got balloons on all the center posts. Okay, let's just mark where I'm at so it's easy to find. Okay, just double check the balloon situation, then we'll do a quick test just to make sure it still rotates. Let's put one balloon here. Okay, so I should have balloons on all those center pins. Which it looks like I do. How do the tires look? They look like they're sitting where they should be. Okay, let's do a quick rotate test and make sure that it still rotates. Okay, it's rotating that way, and it's rotating back. All right, that is music to my ears. Okay. All right, let's take a look. I am curious to see what it looks like now. All right, 50% done on the walls. Yeah, that's looking very much like I wanted it to look. And the fact that it still rotates is brilliant. All right. Okay, so on to, I'm gonna go to this side now. Okay, let me just take a quick look at my notes here and see what I had for other ideas on the other sides of things. Okay, that's something, that's the one I already did there. All right. Okay. I am going to change things up a little bit, I think. Sorry, just bear with me for a minute while I take a look at all my... I took some screenshots of stuff from before and allowed myself to have some basis on what I wanted to do. Okay. Let's get rid of this for now. All right, we'll start with the inside. I'm gonna find my center line again, but of course I forget how much it was. I think it was 20 in from the corner, but I'm going to check. Yeah, let's do this thing on the other side and see if that works. Let's go with this arch. No, it was definitely more than 20 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that doesn't make sense. I don't want it to be an odd number. Okay, let's do something. Let's do it a different way. Let's go like this. Should achieve the same results without having to count it in. Oh yeah, I got this stupid, my whole thing, this is the side, it's got this stupid line here. It just didn't line up going all the way around in a 360 because I had to do it floating around. You can see it's like a quarter of a plate higher on this side. So there is a mix match here. It shouldn't affect anything. I just got to make sure that I build off of the side that is a touch higher, and then everything should still line up fine. It'll just be on that one spot. So okay, let's put that one in there. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's remove this first, actually. Slap that in. Then I think I'm going to go with a double window pairing. Yes, that's what I'll do. And then the cool thing about these ones here is they are lights as well. So it's not only an arch, it is an arch with a light, which just makes it look a little bit cooler once it's nighttime. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, I like that. I think from the outside it's going to look even cooler because it's going to have the... Yeah, that's a nice looking design idea. I do kind of enjoy that. Okay, let's put in... Can I fit this one in? It will stick out a little weird though if I do that. Just thinking how I want to... What else I got to work with? I got that round one. Yeah, let's go with that. One lagging out on me. Let's just stick a simple one in there. Back, put another one of these ones. That looks all right. Got to take this. That. Maybe I want to. No, I'll just put a gap here, it'll be fine. All right, yeah, I think so. Sorry, I just gotta keep taking a look and seeing. I think I better actually move that in, it'll look better. Yeah, that's fine. Looks better at the top side, it'll leave a little step there, another access point in and out. Is that where it's supposed to be? Yes, it is. All right, let's get some daylight again. Oh, not what I wanted. How's my supplies doing? Lots of sandstone. I got lots of torches, cords. Okay, this should be good for another night at least. Where was I? I was not there. I was there. No, I do not like that. I want another one of those arches, but I don't want it to be set back too much. Yeah, so I think I'll just have to use an extra piece. Does that look weird? Probably, but weird is good, actually. Oh, don't fall off. My scaffolding, actually I don't mind that. It sticks out, it looks a little weird, but it still looks all right as well. Okay, and then how do I want to fill in this last little bit? Not that piece. That would look weird. What about putting one of those on this side as well? Yeah, that could work. And then I just stick in something like this. And that should look, yeah, that should look half decent. I like that. Okay. I'm going to put in some railings though on this one as well. Yeah, like that. And that brings us up to there on the inside. Okay, so now I'll just replicate that on the other side. All right, so I got a weird angle piece, then I've got a square in a corner with two oranges. Yeah, okay. Back to Moss Isley. Sorry, my memory is terrible. Oh yeah, corner piece, I got it. I got it. That one. I actually wish they would just remove interior, exterior walls and just make it so you built them all the same height. I kind of understand that there is a purpose for them inside buildings. You don't have to build the floor around it, but since I don't do much decor work, I would prefer the not even have to deal with them, but because now I just end up, I probably won't here, but usually I would put an extra little piece on top there to block it out and fill in the gap. I think I might just leave it here just for my piece count. Make sure that I'm in the right spot. Yep. Okay. Then what did I do after that? To those angle. Did I put in a fancy? Oh, I put in that piece. Okay. Angle, squared out, balcony. I kind of like that better than what I did on the side before. I think I had to put an extra piece in there, and I don't really need to have the extra piece in there. Go take a look. Sorry, a lot of back and forth as I figure out what I want to do. I think that, I guess I got to jump down if I want to see what it's going to look like actually. Yeah, I don't know if I like that little gap there. Okay, we will make it like the other side. Uh-oh, lagged out. Always seems to lag out right about the same time I swing my... Oh! Yes! Just like that. Terrible, terrible. Hopefully I didn't do any of the substructure damage. Where's my jump pads? There's one. Oh, thankfully nothing to the substructure. That would have been a disaster. All right. Close call. But it survived. Okay. But I did destroy all that stuff. No, I forget what I did there. So back we go, take a look and see what I did. Okay, I did the second balcony with a small window. No, second balcony with that protruding piece, and then the window there. Okay. Did that, and this one. There we go. Okay, just put in a couple of railings. And that should be the interior done. Okay. Let's just look again. Everything is closed in. Into there. All right. Okay, so now we have just the exterior to do. Let me just take a look at my notes again. All right, I think... Back to Moss Isley, and let's start with the corners first. Actually, I think I'm going to turn those around just because it's got this little weird thing at the top. Yeah, I think I'll turn those. Okay, let's get through the night first. back to that, but we'll do it on the inside. Yeah, like that. That should give me, what should give me too much room. I think I'm going to put in one of these funky doors though. Yeah, that one there, I think. I heard something crashing. That didn't sound good. What was that? Nothing fell down. For some reason the door doesn't work, huh? That's weird. The door should work. Maybe the door doesn't work on a vehicle, who knows? That's all right. I like the look of it anyways, so I think I'll stick with it regardless. All right, let's stick a temporary piece here. That one. Right. Something's not right there. That's easily fixed though. All right, this thing here is in the wrong place. Let's just slap in one of these. What do we got on the other side there to make sure it's the same? All right, and we'll slap one of these in. Okay, so that side is done as well. Okay, it's not lagged out. Don't swing the pickaxe this time. All right. Okay. I will start over here and we will put some balloons in just to make sure it's got enough lift. And then we'll do another test on the turning just to make sure that is still working. Oh, lots of movement, lots of movement. Scary. Okay, we better put an anchor in here as well. I didn't do that yet. So let's get that done so that it doesn't float away on me. All right, so that is anchored in place. Well, not anchored, but at least held so it doesn't float away. And let's do a flyby now. 3/4 done. Or 3/4 of the wall is done at least. Oh yeah, it's starting to come together really nice, huh? Once I slap that roof on it, it will look amazing. All right, let's do the test and see how the turning looks. Hopefully it still turns. All right. It is still turning. That is wonderful. One thing I've noticed is this thing just eats through power cells. It must, let me see how many are in there now. Oh yeah, like just those tests alone have burned up 2 power cells. It must just go by the amount of tires you have on there. So as you're turning it, the tires are just eating up power. And with 60 tires, it's just destroying it. So, all right, before I start on this last one, just give me a minute. I need to go to the bathroom, so I will be back momentarily. Back just in time for night. So let's just go to sleep for a second. Yeah, you can see those doors are kind of cool once it is nighttime. I'll put some more lights inside. It's, one of the things I really like about Lego Fortnite is the lighting is absolutely incredible. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay, take a look at my notes again, see what I've got here. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I really like the one we're going to put in right now. I really like the way it looks. The design I had previously from my sandbox. It's gonna stick out more over the edge, which is gonna look really cool. All right, and I want to use these pieces and stick them in there, which means I need to build some extra protrusions out in order for it to sit. I'm just taking a look at what I've got here previously, because I think, yeah, actually I can get them to stick right on there like that. But it's gonna look weird because it's just hanging in the middle of nowhere. So I'm gonna have to yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have to add some extra flooring out here just so it doesn't look like a bizarre outcropping. So let's do that. How wide is it? Is it 12? Oh, it's actually an odd number. That's really weird. Did I do something wrong? No, that's 2 and 2. That's gapped properly. That is very bizarre. Let me just do some checks here. Usually I should not have any odd numbers. So that's 16. 16. Oh, that's correct there. What did I do up here? That's in. Oh, that's why. Look at that. Yeah, odd numbers. Anytime I see an odd number, it really makes me wonder. But I think I might put it in anyways. This side. Okay. Well, it's weird that on this side it is not hooking up, but on that side it doesn't. Easily fixed though. We will just... Many ways to skin a cat. Not literally, but... That's all right. Okay, now this is in the wrong place, but it should still be hooked up from before. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that works all right. And then it does look a little squared offish. So let me see about putting some different floors in there. What do I have? Yeah, that looks all right. I like that. I think that looks like a really wicked main entrance on this side. And that's facing, I mean, I can turn it now so I can go wherever I want, but this is literally facing over where my main village is. My main village is right, well, it's right where my cursor is, way over there. Oh man, that's like the walking the plank, having to jump off that thing. Okay, let's move around the sides and see what I want to do. All right. Take a look before I go so I remembered what I did. All right, that is the exterior done, I think. I think that's the exterior all the way around. Let me just do one quick run around just to make sure there's no gaps. Got everything plugged off. All right, that is the exterior all done 100%. Okay, just the interior walls. Let me take a look here. All right, let's see what I've done. Sure I was in the right place. Let's see, I might have to adjust these. Yeah, I will adjust them in. Yeah, that'll be all right, I think. gonna go. Oh, not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Gonna leave a 6 on one side or the other regardless. Let's put it on the side and let's get through the night. I wish I would have had a 6-piece in here, but if I do, no, I don't want that, so, no, don't like this, don't like this. Let's go with, okay, let's just slap one of these in there, then let's put that door in, or window in. And then an 8-piece. What do I have? Let me just take a look here. That'll look kind of weird. Don't like that. Not sure I like that either. What do I have for windows? Oh yeah, that one there, I think. Yep, that'll be it. Let's go to the other side. So I put the window on the inside, yes. Yeah, that's right. I might have to stick something above it. It does look a little boring. But okay. We can live with it. Now let's go to what about that piece? Will that look all right? Yeah, I think that looks okay. Sorry, it lagged out there. Yeah, that looks all right. corner piece in. What I got there? 2, 4, 6, I guess an 8 wall. And will this look all right? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. That should work. Okay, so I got to there. Big square and then a turret. All right, I think that's all the walls. I mean, I may make some changes. None of my builds are ever permanent. I always end up adding more as I go or changing things as I see fit, but at least it's got everything in place for now. Okay, so let's add some more balloons to offset that weight. Actually, let me do this first. Let me put in the locking piece first so that it doesn't float away on me. Okay, now we'll stick some more balloons in. And then we'll do another test, make sure it still turns and rotates. I don't predict it being a problem. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to add some more balloons. At least that's my thought. I mean, Lego Fortnite can always make my worst case scenario much worse than it is. But it seems we've got the happy point, the balance between the weight of the build and the lift now, so. Okay, that should be all the balloons I need. All right, let's just do a quick turn test. Let's see, let me just look and make sure that those anchors are still all right. Okay. Okay, it is still turning. I think it slowed down a bit though. But it still turns. Right. And fall off. Okay, let's do a big flyover and see how this looks. All right, that is looking, it'll look so much better once the roof is on, but that is looking so much better. And the fact that it still turns is phenomenal. So the only thing I'm gonna, after I do the roof, I'm really not gonna do too much more to this because it's just gonna add weight. It'll be, some lighting is about the only thing, and maybe a few decor pieces like on these corners here. That one doesn't look too bad. One of the ones on the other side looked a little boring. I might have to fix that up. Yeah, like that one looks a little boring over there. The bottom looks all right. And how's my stamina? Don't fall to my death. I got to do another flyover. It's just too good. Let's get rid of this. Oh yeah, that is looking good. It'll be so nice once I get all that scaffolding out of there too, so it's just floating in midair and you don't see any attachments to the pillar. It will look outstanding. All right, I think that's it for today, though. I think I'm going to leave it at that. We'll work on the roof. Tomorrow I need to make some new notes on what I would like to do for the roof section. Most of the roof doesn't really matter, but the section over these main parts, I kind of want to be very specific and more grandiose, I guess it is. So thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support and the few viewers that popped on today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope my audio was better from yesterday. I'll have to do a playback and listen to it just to make sure. But thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow if you want to watch me put the roof on.